Hello, everyone, and welcome to another CineQuest video. On today's episode, we are going to be reviewing the new Lee Cronin film, The Mummy. Now, joining me today is Bryce, in his place there.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Lee Cronin, The Mummy. Just a quick synopsis before we move into our thoughts and whatnot is there is a journalist working in Cairo, and his daughter named Katie gets abducted by how they describe it as a magician, and she gets discovered 8 years later in a mummy. What do you call it? It's a tomb. It's a
mummy. What?
It's
No, go ahead.
It's a sarcophagus or
sarcophagus.
I don't know what it's called.
What were you gonna call it? A mummy sarcophagus?
a mummy snuffleupagus? Yeah.
This ain't PBS.
Yeah. Don't come to us for authentic correct Egyptian historical lore or something like that.
That's right.
But yeah, she gets abducted, and
I took a semester, by the way, in Egyptology.
Did you know?
I did.
How'd that work out?
My minor is in anthropology.
Oh, there you go. See, that's why I lean on you and Roland and shit like that for things like this, because I don't know.
And that is how I know for a fact, Ray. It's some secret shit, but that's how I know pyramids weren't built by aliens. They don't teach you that in school.
So Lee Cronin, I wasn't aware of this initially. Whenever it was called Lee Cronin's The Mummy, Lee Cronin was the guy who directed Evil Dead Rise.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And watching this film and kind of like going through some of his couple of films discography, I think I've seen Evil Dead Rise. I have not seen A Hole in the Ground, and he's done a few other horror films, I think. I saw that style that he brought to Evil Dead Rise all over this movie, like all over it.
Yeah.
It seems almost Sam Raimi-esque. Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead. It's like all of it is just there on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this movie does star Jack Rayner, Leia Costa, May Kalamawe. I can't really these names. I'm just terrible with names. But Jack Rayner was the only person who seemed familiar to me, and he's the guy that was the boyfriend in Midsommar.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I was talking about this movie with my parents, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he's the guy who got burned up in the bear costume." I was like, "Yeah." Like, yeah, that's him.
Now, I know you said you had thoughts on this film, and
I got a lot of thoughts on this movie, but let me just say something, Ray. I'm gonna. This may get you some unfollows, maybe a slight shadow ban, right? I'm gonna be honest with you, dude.
All right,
I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everybody out there right now. I thought for the longest fucking time in this movie that the wife was Egyptian. I was like, when they got back to America and the grandma, I just thought that was like the nanny that they called grandma or some shit. I'm not fucking, dude. When this movie. When I felt so fucking bad, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, she was Mexican. Yeah. I thought she was supposed to be Egyptian or some shit. I'm like, "What the hell are you doing out there in Egypt?" I was like, "What is all this shit?" I don't know.
He's a journalist. He's working for
dude,
Cairo news broadcast.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now,
I don't know, man.
Can I confess something, Bryce?
Yeah.
For a bit there, I thought she was Egyptian too.
Okay, thank you.
Until they went back, and I was like, "Oh."
I was like, "Are they over
She's
here
a Mexican.
because she's the mom, and like she's like the." I was just like, dude, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I felt so bad, but like later I was like, "Oh, she really was like the grandma." I was like, "Why is she saying like?" I don't know.
She's like saying stuff in Spanish or like these prayers and stuff. It was like, I was confused
Well,
there
the
for a
grandma. I
second.
mean, yeah, because the grandma was saying the mom never really spoke Spanish. Like she never said.
No, but it's crazy because like even the accent, I would just whatever accent she had, I was like, that's gotta be Egyptian, right?
It was, yeah, and then she got the hair. Like I guess like is this to
Yeah,
show the passage of time, like the grief? Like she cut her hair all of a sudden.
yeah.
Anyways, okay, I just want to get that out of the way right up front. And I felt bad, all right?
I didn't
I
feel bad
felt
about it. I
bad.
was just confused.
Yeah, that was my bad, all right? You know.
But again, to be fair, like we didn't know like her background initially because
No, they
I think
didn't
she's working
really.
as a nurse or something.
Yeah.
And I couldn't place her accent, and I assumed they met in Egypt, and that's where they were
Well, see,
living.
that's what I thought. I thought
That's
she
what I
was like a
assumed.
nurse working in Egypt, and he came over to do his,
Broadcasting.
his story or whatever, that journalism that he was following, and they met, they had a family or whatever, and it's just like, I didn't at first. I was like, I didn't get that. I guess he brought her over there. I'm assuming, like,
Well,
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I mean, I in my mind, what I'm pretty much on thinking what you are is that he went over there for some journalistic job. He met her. They had kids,
Yeah,
and then at some point he was planning on getting a job in New York, which initially he got the job before his daughter was kidnapped.
yeah.
And then, of course, they went back to Arizona because I guess he had to take a job just doing like producer work or something.
I was in
And
Arizona.
then
It was New Mexico.
New Mexico, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all kind of the same.
When you said Arizona, I was already starting to think of the fucking Steve Martin thing, the King Tut.
Yeah.
If you move to Babylonia, King.
Oh man, this movie was I thought this movie was fun for what it was. I mean, it didn't really have any sort of new profound thing, or like I think it really expand on the lore itself as of a mummy. Like it could have literally been a completely different movie without the whole. You could have just taken the mummy lore out of it and make it like another Evil Dead movie.
Well, see, yeah, that's where I got a little bummed out. I really was kind of hoping they were gonna do more with the mummy. It's just kind of like, yeah, like they just slapped the mummy thing on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that you said, now that you mentioned that, I really honestly didn't know who Lee Cronin was, and then now that you
Me
say that
either.
he worked on
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise, it's like, oh, it makes a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, man. I'm sorry. Every face in this movie pissed me the fuck off, dude. I don't know what it was. I just could not stand the dude. I can't even say what I think, but like that mummy design, it was just, I just wanted to slap the shit out of that face, dude. I don't know what it was. That the crooked eye thing.
Can I say something?
It just made me so mad. I don't know what it was. I was like, what is this? I don't know. And then the guy who from Rainer, the guy who's this whole time.
His big eyes, yeah.
I was like, I just couldn't fucking take his face anymore, dude. I'm sorry, man. Like, there's so many faces in this movie that just pissed me off. I don't know.
Can you place his face with that look in the bear costume in Midsommar?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but it was just like in this movie, it was just like they did so many zoom ins, like close-ups of his face. Just it reminded me of like when those like TikTok or like Instagram like meme or real things where like they do the face like they're
yeah.
That's what I was like. Oh my god, dude! I don't know. This guy's acting in this movie. Whatever. I don't know. And it just made me so like. I don't know. I get it. It's such a horror trope. And by the way, I did not know this was a Blumhouse movie.
Oh, you did?
No, I didn't. And I went in. I was like, oh,
what?
We in for a ride. I was like, oh, fucking. It's just like, down, you know, like, oh shit. I was like, it's a BH. It's a BH. I was like, fuck, man. I was like. When did Blumhouse? I think we've talked about this before, but when did they start doing the whole Avengers Endgame shit with the credits, like, or the Marvel, like the Marvel flip book where they show all the different comic books?
Yeah.
They do that now, where it's like the fucking different characters from the movies. I was like, what is this? Like, they need to have a Blumhouse like in game, dude. They need to fucking do it sometime. Cross all the fucking multiverses. I don't know, but
Well, that's why I was surprised when you were kind of adamant about watching this movie. And I know because of the Mummy, you like that whole aspect of it.
yeah, I thought it was cool.
But,
it's like they're bringing the whole mummy thing back, but
I
you
knew,
said, it was kind of tacked on.
I knew it was a Blumhouse movie to begin with. That's why I was like, oh, okay, it's a Blumhouse movie. And you wanted to go watch it, which I know you have like issues with Blumhouse, as I do as well. But I was just surprised that you really wanted to watch this. Thinking that I thought you knew it was a Blumhouse movie.
I should have known something was up when they had it in IMAX and Screen X. I was like, wow, a mummy movie? I'm like, a mummy movie in IMAX? What's going on? Did you know that the credits came up and they had that whole thing with like the purge and like or whatever, like the different fucking monsters? Like, oh my god. I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh shit, it's a Blumhouse movie. Well, I don't know if it's the Purge, but like I think it's a Purge, right? Blumhouse Purge?
I don't know. I don't remember if the Blumhouse is.
Well, you know what I mean? Like
Purge is a Blumhouse.
They had like some character, and I was just like, oh my god, I didn't know this was a Blumhouse. But to be honest with you, it was an enjoyable movie. I didn't have too many issues with it. There was just some like there's a lot of tropes in it that kind of made me mad. Like I don't like the design. Oh my god! And there's some deliveries too, where it's like, and that's not spoilers, but like when the mummy's like, "Oh, I'm her daddy now," and I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "Did she really say that line?" I was like, "To say the fucking line," but I will say, I laughed, dude. There was people, and I was like, kind of like laughing and shit. I was like, there's nobody laughing in this movie, but like there's a scene where the granny fucking goes out the window, and then like. I don't know why, but the coyotes, like, she's like, I don't know why the coyotes eating the entrails shit. Like, I don't know why. I was like, of course they had to like do it over the top. It's not enough that she fell out of the window and fucking died, and then the fucking coyotes come out of nowhere. I don't know why that made me laugh, dude. What the fuck?
Anticipate the minute I saw the coyotes, I was like, someone's gonna get fucking eaten by these fucking things. And yeah, when they had again, somewhat of a spoiler, I mean, but like the granny gets like thrown out the window and she slams onto the fucking car, and then everyone's just like, whoa, you know? And like her teeth fucking fall out.
Oh
like,
yeah.
But like, yeah, the whole fact that they just had to have her slide down and then the fucking coyotes just fucking eating her fucking guts out.
Yeah, like, it wasn't enough that she like died and she's like sliding off, but then they cut over. She's like, and, oh my god, dude! The other when all the people starting and actually this is very like Evil Dead-esque, but like when all the fucking people are starting to get possessed and shit, and when the spoiler, but the granny comes back. And she, what does she say? The fucking lines, like, "You want to feast on this?" Or some shit. I was like, "You want to taste it?" I know. I was like, "God damn it, dude!" I was like, "This now it makes a lot of sense because that's some Evil Dead shit, dude."
Yeah,
but that was so funny. Just that guy.
Well, I mean, I told you when I saw it the night that I saw it, I was like, it's a silly movie. Like it's a fucking silly ass movie.
Silly, dude. Damn.
You had made a point earlier about the face of the girl, the mummy, you know.
Yeah.
And you know what thought came to mind was like she's like a little girl version of Sloth from the Goonies. You know, with the whole face and stuff.
Well, that wasn't the word I used, but there was there was something about that face. It was just like I don't know. And then
it was an odd design. I will say that
it was
her
an
face
odd
was
design,
an odd design.
man.
Yeah.
It was like and then but what's kind of cool though, I guess, like in a way, I guess the wrapping was like flesh. Like they start peeling off all the wrapping and stuff. It's kind of weird that they chose not to do hieroglyphics. Like I thought that was weird that they like it's supposed to be, but I guess it's like a precursor to that, or like maybe a little bit after. Like
so according to like another trope of someone finding some kind of like artifact or something, and then going to like a professor at a college to find out what it says because they're the only ones who know how to.
And that guy was out. Things. He was in and out like that.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, here's this guy. All right.
Yeah, it's like I see what this says, and I'm not gonna help you all. So we're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it was some kind of like precursor to hieroglyphics and stuff like that. So like the one thing I was like kind of hoping was that they would kind of like explore that aspect of the lore, like go deeper. Like, was it even more evil or more ancient than the initial, I guess, mummy, like a particular mummy hieroglyphics or whatever they were trying to attempting to do? Because I mean, that's exactly what it was. It was like some kind of demon that they were trying to like hold,
Yeah.
because if not, it would like rain hell upon everything and stuff like that. So,
And
um,
I cannot for the life of me remember what the name of the thing was, but he
no,
says like
yeah,
there's like another line too where she's like oh, it's something, and he's like, no, it's the like whatever. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
shut
yeah.
up. What the fuck? Whatever. I don't know. You know, it's it was an interesting concept. I just kind of like, I guess I was like, I know this is people are gonna be like, oh, that's lame and that's unk status, bro. But I'm like, dude, I was hoping for some fucking actual mummy stuff. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I was like, wow, they're really gonna revamp like a mummy thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they did in some ways, but it was like in an odd strain, like in an odd way. It was like they have to, because honestly, which this is I found strange, they kind of subverted the whole mythology of the mummy, or not even mythology,
Right.
but it's like that's literally was a practice that they did back in the day, and not everybody was mummified. That was
Right.
like pretty much for like rich like people, like the pharaohs or maybe his like council, like all the you know.
Yeah, because they would put all his belongings, even some guards in there
Yeah.
too, wouldn't they? Like
Yeah,
they would,
yeah. So
yeah.
it's like it wasn't something that the commoners did, and like a lot of you know, like the Egyptian mythology was kind of like, to be honest with you, if you were like a slave or whatever, you weren't gonna have a great afterlife. Like only the pharaoh kind of did because he had the money to get mummified and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of weird to think like, oh, they're just doing mummification like willy nilly, and it's like, or like it's because they're trying to trap evil, but it's not really like what that was for. So
Right.
they kind of like just threw all that aside and like, well, this is what we're gonna say it's really about. And it was like weird too because that nectarine farm that they go
Mm-hmm.
to, it had like a little like a mini pyramid in there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I thought it was gonna be like that pyramid that they have buried underneath was there was a
Oh,
whole
like
pyramid
another like it's
buried
kind of like it
underneath
has a
it.
lower level. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And I thought that
yeah,
would have been cool to
yeah.
explore. Like,
They should have done something with that. But uh, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Bring Her Back. Like they were trying to like do that like they were trying to work with that mythology of like trapping the demon or the spirit or something like that.
yeah.
But
Well, that's why I my the things that came to mind was like a very kind of casual mummy lore, Exorcist, and Evil Dead. I mean, those were kind of like the three things that were kind of just thrown into this movie. And of course, you have the person who made an Evil Dead movie, basically ripping off Sam Raimi, and which is again fine by me. I had a good
yeah,
time watching it. I knowing it was a Blumhouse movie, I was expecting more of those beat for beat jump scares, which kind of are there, but like I didn't anticipate it as much. So which is why I enjoyed the movie more than I anticipated that I was going
yeah,
to.
that's a
So
good point. I appreciated that they didn't try to go too ham-fisted with that. But yeah, like you said, it's just interesting. Like it's going into it not really knowing who Lee Cronin is,
yeah.
and if I had known after seeing it, I'd be like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's just
Hmm.
the style of it. So that's why I did. That's why I did end up liking it a lot, despite all its flaws. Like I did end up liking a lot of like the gore and the slapstick and
Yeah.
the effects. I was like, you know, then when he told me that, it's like, oh, that makes so much sense. You know.
Yeah. And I mean, like I enjoyed there was an aspect of it that I enjoyed, which I thought was like really over the top. Was whenever the detective gets punctured and
Yes.
with the scorpion comes out,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
she has to like say the lines to like
Yeah.
I reminded me of like Army of Darkness. She has to say like the lines for like the Necronomicon
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But the fact that she had to like, I was like, how is she gonna speak with that thing in her fucking the hole in her throat? And then she fucking like, I was like, she's gotta like cover it some way. And then she like just
Yeah.
shoves her fingers in there. I was like, and then she's like, I was like, dude, they.
But
They really had to
but
do
I was
that.
like, when the grandma spit the whole like scorpion down her throat and everything. I was
Yeah.
like, I was like, oh, okay, this is, I don't know what was gonna happen about it, but then like the whole stinger coming on the neck, I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like I was like, first of all, I don't think she would survive that, but that's fine, whatever. And she like pulls it out, and it was just like it literally it comes out and then stings her a couple of times like in
Yeah.
the neck, but she's able to pull it out, and yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of over the top shit that I actually do appreciate a lot. The whole like,
Yeah.
fucking, like,
You know, but
yeah.
and I mean, there's the aspect of the grandmother too, with the whole dentures and the teeth coming out and all that kind of stuff. They had to do a lot of gross out shit. There was a point where, like, you know, again, the spoilers about the grandmother coming back, where she's standing over the detective and there's drops on her fucking head. I was like, please don't tell me like they're gonna get a shot between her legs and like it's just dripping on her fucking face. I was like, please do not do that. They didn't, but like
No.
I anticipated. I was just like, oh my god, like they're really gonna
Yeah.
do that. And that's how I did enjoy and appreciate this movie for what it was, because I'd like to see films that kind of just, I mean, to take a phrase, just take the piss out of like doing like all these special effects and gross out things. And I mean, it's a popcorn kind of horror film, but I think it was for me, it was an enjoyable popcorn horror film as
Yeah.
opposed to like the usual. I mean, again, produced by James Wan. We just recently saw the recent Conjuring film, which is also produced by James Wan, and we hated that fucking movie for what
Yeah.
it was. Which kind of also fits into the thing about it being like you said, the Avengers thing. You know, at the end of the Conjuring, they did the whole gathering
Yeah.
at the wedding thing with all the characters and whatnot. So
They might bring a whole Blumhouse multiverse thing at the
right,
end of
Ed and
it.
Lorraine Warren, like the
The
Katie
mummy.
and the mom, and they all come back.
Everyone's just coming back, dude. But
Yeah.
yeah, they would probably do so. Yes, they would probably do like a Warren, Ed and Lorraine Warren thing where they have to like fight all the monsters from the Blumhouse verse. They're like, oh my god, dude, I can imagine.
It's like Ed and Lorraine Warren heading this whole Avengers type of. They gather like this family, the Cannons, with their kids, and then like I guess whoever else was in the Conjuring or universe, and hell, they might even bring back the Insidious people and bring them, and like, and it's gonna be
well, there's a new Insidious movie coming out.
Yeah, and I mean, I did not like the past two Insidious films. I hated the fourth one really, like a lot. This one doesn't look half bad. I'm gonna watch it. I'm really not expecting much, but like, I mean, I'm gonna check that out also.
Well, they brought that lady back, the old lady,
yes,
or the older lady. But
yes.
I thought I honestly had thought she passed away in real life, but she didn't. It was
no, she's alive.
The movie she died, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, she passed away in the first one.
Huh?
She passed away in the first one.
Oh, so this whole time she's just been a ghost in all the movies?
Well, I don't know if she's a ghost necessarily, but like I think she's in the further or whatever they call it. But
I thought she had died in real life, and they were like AI like there and shit. Like
I think in part 3 they went back in time, and part 4 they went back. They had to. Oh, is it Lin Shaye? That's her name. Sorry, I think Lin Shaye. Oh. They bring her back because I mean I think the fans like her more than any other aspect of those movies.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
she's kind of like the lady from Poltergeist, you know.
Yeah, right.
they like that. Yeah.
They should bring. Well, she's dead, right? The other lady from Poltergeist.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was like, if she's still alive, they bring her back. They bring her back like in a fucking chair or like a medical bed and stuff. Like they bring her and Lin Shaye together to like battle.
Just do AI. Yeah. You got AI now. Just do it. They can do a whole like a Tupac style like hologram of her and shit. She's like dancing and shit. Fucking yeah. I don't know. There was some other great some other speaking of like practical effects and like Drag Me to Hell, Evil Dead style type stuff. The scene where she drops out of the ceiling and she like jumps on the grandma in the coffin. She bites like the neck. She's like, it's like all, you know, it's kind of weird though. Like when she's on the ground, like the blood vessel's pumping, Did you
Yeah.
notice that?
Yeah, I did.
But it's like she's like drinking all the like I guess it's all the formaldehyde or whatever
Yeah,
and the
that well,
embalming
see,
fluid.
that's what it was. Is that
She's all licking it up. Like
all the
that was pretty
formaldehyde
like
was like
yeah.
draining, so like it was like just pumping off because like it's just because
Yeah.
that's when they do the embalming. That's they lift the vein and start injecting
Oh,
that way, so that if it's gonna come out in that way also. So
gotcha. Then the mummy's like lapping it off the floor and stuff. So that was like it's pretty good.
yeah, gross out moments are good in films. I enjoy those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I like I said, overall, I enjoyed this movie. I kind of gave it like a solid 3 out of 5. Um, I don't normally. I mean, at this point, I don't enjoy many Blumhouse produced films, but I mean, with the combination of Lee Cronin basically doing Evil Dead Rise again, stylistically, even with the camera shot, the cinematography looked cool. I enjoyed
Yeah.
like whenever they get those like large landscape shots of the desert and the scenery and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I noticed more so like it just clicked in my head whenever before I realized that Lee Cronin directed Evil Dead Rise. All those shots that like when they kind of come close up like this, or they're like at a different like angle and whatever. I was like, man, this is too familiar as like a Sam Raimi type of style. And then of course I found out, I was like, like me revealing it to you and you going, oh, that makes sense. That's the first thing I thought to myself. I was like, oh, all that makes sense. Like I could see that all over this film.
Yeah, I didn't really it didn't click on my mind, but yeah, it's like all what really should have given it away to me was the kills. Like it's like the very like violent attacking of the creature, like the biting the neck, and even like a lot of like the quick like hits, like when she's headbutting the dad. I was like that's like very like stylized of him, like the way he does like his like kills in those movies.
Or even the scene like the slow pulling of the nails when she's trying to cut the nails and then the
Oh, and the
whole
thing's like
skin,
yeah,
the whole
yeah,
her nail comes off along with all of the
yeah,
skin, like just
yeah, yeah.
those are
That's a good
good.
point.
Those are good moments. I enjoyed, so
Yeah,
I'm a simple person. Even though it doesn't give me much of an in-depth story, which I would probably preferred with the lore of a mummy and like
yeah,
whatever demon is attached to it. Um, they kind of gave me a very superficial enjoyment of it, and with like tropes that I enjoy, very gross out things, very violent deaths, and people just going batshit crazy and like coming like possessed or something like that.
yeah.
I enjoyed that. So
And I think this movie is a testament to the love of an abuela because that woman got her nose broken. She got bit, and she was just like, I don't even. Did she ever meet that girl when she was younger? I don't think she even
yeah,
fucking met the.
no, I think she only saw her when she was like a child because I mean like I think she was like 7 or so whenever
So I'm
she
gonna tell
got
you, man.
abducted. But yes,
I don't know. I would have been killing that fucking at a certain point. It's like, it's just they took a lot of shit, man. That's what I think. I think that's kind of like what started getting on my nerves a little bit. It's like the way they were, um, and this is like a very tropey thing with like a lot of horror movies, like especially this style where it's like they don't put 2 and 2 together or they don't think something's wrong. Like this has gone far beyond like a mental illness, and they're just like, oh,
Yeah,
she just needs understanding and all stuff. I was like, what the fuck? And like even to the detriment of the other 2 kids, they're like, well, your mummy daughter's back, mummy sister's here, like fuck you guys, like whatever. She needs our attention, not you guys. And then I felt like they were doing a little bit of the they're trying to like what it was that she kind of reminds me the mummy design kind of reminds me of the younger sister in Hereditary a little bit.
oh
I
yeah,
mean, I'm not
yeah,
and
I wouldn't disagree with you on that. Yeah,
and the other thing, it's kind of funny because there's a whole thing in the movie where they kind of rip off Hereditary a little bit with the brother when he's like smashing his head in the
yeah,
thing. Like there's
yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that whole scene where the kid breaks his nose in the class.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Overall, you know what though? I'm not gonna nitpick it too much. I did have a good time.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And now knowing what I know about the director, I enjoyed it even more for like what it was. So
Yeah. I mean, it's rare to get like something I can at least just have a good time with. Even though I'm more so looking for films like that kind of put me in a dread state.
yeah.
Like, like Bring Her Back or Hereditary and stuff like that. I love those films, but I mean, there's just times where I just want some good time watching people die and like gross out shit, and that's what I
Yeah.
got with this film. So
Yeah.
I'm satisfied with that. Well, what was your what would you give it a rating like out of 5 roughly?
I don't know. You said 3.
I give it a
and
solid
then
3 out of 5. Yeah.
a 3. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it 2.75.
Okay.
It was. There was just a lot of moments in it that I was laughing, but I was kind of like not laughing for the right reasons. Like I don't know how to explain it. There was just a lot of like hokey ass.
Yeah, I get you.
But then I'm kind of like down. Like I don't know. Maybe they were trying to not take themselves seriously with this movie. But then there's times where there's times where I was like, they're trying to be like legit with this, and it was just like.
Mhm.
I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like where I guess that's where kind of like a lot of my pointing system is with the 3 out of 5. Like those other 2 extra points are the fact that like it's just very superficial.
Yeah.
And it's not giving you much more than a very base horror film, even though and tonally it's kind of all over the place,
Well, I will say this. I mean, I gave it 2.75. It's more than half. Like, I'm not saying don't see it. And I would even say, like, yeah, see it in theaters. Like, I saw it in the IMAX. I enjoyed it. It's a great movie. Does it have a lot of like, despite all the things that we like about it, and from the franchises we like, integrating that into this movie, it doesn't have the same like charm those movies do.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna want to like, oh, you know what? I feel like let's get the buddies around. Let's watch Lee Cronin's Mummy. It's like I don't know. It's not the same. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not like with Evil Dead or like or the remakes or Evil to Rise. Like you can put those on. But this is I don't know. It's just that's kind of how I felt about it. I think overall it was like I don't want to use the word generic, but it was sort of like
I mean, that's not like wrong to say, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad movie.
No, it's not bad. It's just it was like it was a horror movie in a sea of horror movies. You know what I mean? Like I could take it or leave it. Will I watch it again? Yeah, I probably will. I probably will once it comes to streaming or like if it's on TV or something. Like I'll watch it again. Do I want to own this movie or something? No, you know what I mean. Like it's not like where I would want to like again like Drag Me to Hell, all the Evil Dead franchises, old ones and new ones. Those I would want to rewatch like several times. I don't know. My question to you is: do you think that this is gonna be like a franchise? Are they gonna do like a Mummy franchise?
Well, I mean, they've been trying to revamp the Universal monsters for a long time.
But is this part of that?
See, I don't think so, but that's why it's titled as Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to The Mummy, because even typing in like to search, like that's the way it comes out. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. So even though the fact that like why he like after like a few films. And I guess one more successful film than the others, does he have top billing of his name over an actual title of a film that would be kind of like associated with the Universal monsters? Mind you, we do have The Mummy with the Brendan Fraser. We have Monday with Boris Karloff back in the day. And then we also have the remake of The Mummy with fucking Tom Cruise, which never got off the ground either. And I saw all those minus the Boris Karloff stuff in theaters. Yeah, those are all that Tom Cruise one is completely forgotten. Like
they made it right, like it was released.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Oh, so that's the one that mummy is part of that dark verse,
Yeah,
like
that was
Universal Monsters.
that's what it was supposed to be, but like it flopped big time.
Okay.
So that's why I assume I don't know, like I'm just speculating here, but that's why we get Lee Cronin's The Mummy. So it's not necessarily associated with those Universal monsters, but I mean, because it wouldn't fit in any way, especially with the lore that they placed on this particular mummy and how it like plays out. Like that's not in any way a Universal monster type of
Yeah.
film. You know,
Yeah.
that is a a mummy lore with demon possession slash gross out gore Evil Dead type of film. You know, it's literally that's what it is.
Yeah.
And again, I would encourage people to go watch it. I had a good time watching it. There were people in my theater laughing as well because I mean, it's a silly movie. It's a fucking silly movie.
Yeah.
It's not to be taken seriously, even though, like I said, tonally, the parents are like distraught that their daughter left or like was abducted. Then after years, they bring her back, and she's all fucked up. But the one thing I just want to bring up before we finish is that like the fact that you mentioned that the grandmother gets her ass kicked by the daughter, and she still kind of is like playing grandma to her and stuff like that. That's kind of like the way the mother is, thinking that everything's okay and she can get fixed. The dad is the one that's just like, this is wrong, get her out of here. Like this is not gonna work because, I mean, granted is their child, but I mean, if and let me ask you a question. I mean, if like a child came back to you after being abducted and they came back looking like that, would you want to take care of them, or you would have some professionals to help them out? I would prefer to have professionals help them out because I mean, like, I don't think like psychologically the trauma with them being abducted and then them just coming back into a regular home life is just not realistic.
Hey, if it's good enough for the Kennedys, it's good enough for us.
Just real quick, there was a last minute thing I wanted to bring up here that someone wrote on one of the reviews of this film is that says, yeah, I don't care how long my daughter was missing. If that is how you found her, just keep her, bro.
Well, that's what I thought was weird. It was like, that's such a strange, like the doctor's advice. Like, oh,
I don't even think the doctor wanted to do it. They were just trying to pawn her off.
To go. And it's like, okay, I mean,
I think the doctor just wanted to
far
pawn her
beyond
off.
like,
Yeah.
oh, her vitals are fine. Like, you know, she's like all this. I'm like, okay, but
she just needs some hugs and some love from her family.
Yeah. Just,
like, everyone's just looking like,
yeah.
Huh?
She just needs some,
that's your remedy?
Like, she just needs some Campbell's chicken noodle soup and some
just a little bit of vitamin C and some chicken noodle soup, and she'll be right as rain.
It's like like a fucking Campbell's commercial and shit. Like fucking open up the can of soup, like fucking pouring
with the nails and stuff.
Like
just you need to like get revitalized and stuff. Like
she starts like, oh, she's coming.
Yeah, like she gets her glow back and shit.
Yeah.
Like with one Campbell's chicken noodle soup, you too can get your daughter who's abducted back to her old self again.
You can get your mummified daughter back. Like,
yeah, she just takes her. She's like, oh, she's like running around with the kids playing and shit. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really strange thing that the doctor said was just that. Yeah, just take her home and she looks great. She's fine, you know. But
yeah,
like they tell her be prepared about what you're about to see, and then just like, oh, she needs like some TLC. She'll be fine. Like what?
Yeah.
I guess the
doctor's
like
it says like, the doctor's in Cairo. Her blood pressure's at a great 120 over.
The doctors in Cairo are just like, she just needs love, and that she's just leaving. They're like, Jesus Christ, thank God. I can't. Right? I don't.
I'm glad we got her out of here. I'm glad we could convince those ignorant American tourists to take their mummified daughter back. Yeah. It's fucking like, we could have given her an ankh or some shit, or like the fucking eye of ISIS or something. But like, no, it's all right. Fuck, get him out of here.
All right. Well, that'll be it for us for our review of Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Definitely check it out in theaters if you enjoy a good time popcorn horror with some gross out moments and some child possession.
Just don't get too wrapped up in it.